You're listening to the Jay Bird Watching Podcast, the official podcast of JaysJournal.com and Fansided.com. We are the official ballroom chat for everything Toronto Blue Jays baseball, from game highlights to rumors and all the stuff in between. Here's your host, Craig Borden, with co-hosts Jason Lyons and Liz McGuire. Now let's talk some Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Jay Bird Watching Podcast. I am your host, Craig Borden, and we are here to have all kinds of fun and do all sorts of shenanigans in baseball. So, Jason, how the heck are you, buddy?
You know what? I'm great,
bud. So I can see you.
Yeah, zoom in.
Stream close up.
Stream close up. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a good week. It didn't rain today. We're supposed to get. I love this new term that we've coined, term that's been coined. Atmospheric river. I had never heard that before last year. So we get one of those every 3 weeks now in the wintertime where it just opens up for a couple of days. So we're planning for that for the weekend, but I've got the arc is 75% done in the backyard. So we should be dialed, I think.
Okay,
yeah, man,
Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty.
Yeah. You know, it's a fun week. Stuff starting to happen in baseball and you know, and in other sports, and it's just a fun time to be out and chatting some baseball.
Exactly. And there's so much to talk about baseball wise this past week. There's been all sorts of crazy. We got Liz joining in, so I guess I'm just gonna bring her in first. So Liz, hi.
Sorry, I came in late. I got stuck in the subway. A real Toronto experience is getting stuck on the subway for no apparent reason. So that was me.
Go.
But I came out of the subway. Here I am. Hey, bud. I'm pumped.
She made it, everybody. She didn't get
it.
stuck in whatever rain delay that Jason was referring to.
Atmospheric river.
Atmospheric river. No, I was in the atmospheric stalling of transit. I'm pumped. We're getting all these cool rumors, and I know. I know that we've had our hearts broken in the past, but this feels different. It feels like, you know, we could score some pretty cool trades this offseason, and I'm just overall delighted.
Jesus.
It's wonderful.
You should get stuck on the subway more, all full of vim and vigor.
I feel like I'm left out. I'm the only one that doesn't have a toque on.
Good. You use the right word, though.
Yeah. I'm cultured enough, pinky out level.
Yeah, and I got to give it to you. As an American, you didn't say wool hat, you said toque. Yeah. So that's super bonus points.
Or go full American with it and say beanie.
Yeah, beanie.
It's a horrible name. Anyways, it sounds so much more prestigious, toque. So, anyways, now that we've had those wonderful cultural, things completely laid out and drawn out here once again on this wonderful show, let's dive into those rumors, because there is all sorts of things that have happened over the past week. We've had to have our 40-man roster cleaned up. We've had to have all the qualifying offer craziness. And it appears, according to Baseball Highest of High on Almighty insiders, the Toronto Blue Jays are hungry and are in on everybody. So, Liz, I know you've been diving on those. What are the rumors here?
Okay, what I enjoy about this time is the time where I care about baseball players I've never cared or heard about. I like that a lot. I remember
I like collecting cardboard pieces of
men, little men. Yes.
Yep.
So apparently, what is it? Kyle Tucker is a thing, and Cody Bellinger is a thing, and I don't know. Do I like Cody Bellinger? He looked pretty glassy-eyed most of the time, but they seem to hit dingers. And I want to see somebody on our team that hits a ton of dingers. We thought we were going to get that with Anthony Santander. I don't know if he's still having a hard time or whatever, but I guess my terrible baseball analysis is more dingers, please.
More dingers.
But I think this is my thing. Is I think I'm happy to hear that the rumors are Bo Bichette is on our side. It's likely we're going to get him back, and I think we will. But I really want to see another kind of piece in that puzzle, which is I'm just telling what everybody already wants anyway. Another bat, and of course, I don't know who they're looking at for starting pitching. Are they looking at people? I hope so. Anyway, I want that.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, so that's my really unchallenging comment take. Thank you.
There you go. So, Jason, Kyle Tucker is the biggest fish on this wonderful trade, hot stove season that we're in right now for baseball, and he has been one of the best bats in baseball. He has been a Gold Glover. He's been just pick a thing. He does it properly on a baseball field.
Yeah.
And what's your thoughts as far as Jeff Passan saying the Blue Jays are the front runner and going to get him. Mind you, he did not say that about Shohei Ohtani back in the day. That was like my only reason that said this doesn't exist. Jeff Passan has not blessed it.
Is Kyle Tucker on a plane somewhere right now? Well, I mean,
anyway, what's your thoughts?
I think we all know, that Kyle Tucker is an upgrade. He is an excellent all-around baseball player. He's he kind of fits the mold of what the Jays have been trying to acquire personality wise. I feel like he's a pretty good guy. His teammates seem to like him. Like of all of the people when he was an Astro, he was probably the least hated Astro. They were like, we don't like the Astros, but that Tucker guy's okay. But it's one of those things where is he an upgrade? Yes, he certainly is. I mean, we have to see what Santander is going to come back and do. And then you also have to figure out, I mean, if that's those two, and then it's just Varsho. And that leaves a very little wiggle room for a guy like Barger or, Miles Straw. There's lots of guys that then sort of fall, out of being able to stay on the roster. But I mean, you're never going to not take an upgrade if it's available. I feel like, my professional opinion is I think he's probably going to land on the Yankees. I think that with Bellinger leaving as quickly as he did, I figure they were probably right on Kyle Tucker immediately. And I mean, I've taken a look at the available, free agents, and let's be clear for everyone out there who doesn't understand what's going on with all of the talk about, Bo has turned down the 1 year. So just so everyone knows, the Blue Jays have to do that. So they remain in a position to be able to retain his rights first. So they are able to make first offer to him before he goes to free agency. So that's why they do the 1 year. Everybody turns it down, I think, ever in history. No one's ever been like 1 year and signed it. So, I mean, I feel like the push will still be to get Bo. I still feel like there's a pretty strong chance the Jays keep Bo. And then really, I mean, who's the next best player on that list? Like, is it Schwarber? Is it Bellinger? Is it Murakami? Like, yeah. Who is that person next? Because there's a pretty heavy drop off to Alex Bregman. Like from Kyle Tucker to Alex Bregman is a pretty decent drop. And I don't know if Kyle Tucker answers enough of the Jays' issues to make a huge, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like Kyle Tucker. Like Cody Bellinger would be just as good as Kyle Tucker, I feel.
How are they different?
Not much. One's a lefty, one's a righty. One is.
So they're both lefty.
Are they both lefties? Right.
Yeah, they're both lefty.
I would say Kyle Tucker maybe has a little bit more pop and maybe a little bit more. Is he younger? Or they got to be about the same age, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Kyle Tucker is not 30 yet.
Oh, okay. So there. You got a few things. But Bellinger's cool.
I agree with you. Very, very oddly similar in make and model.
Yeah.
You're talking the Ford Taurus versus like the cop car. It's the same.
The SHO.
So the biggest thing I like with the whole Kyle Tucker piece is he hasn't had the Bellinger's like this. He has a good year, bad year, good year, bad year, and he just had a good year. And so I'm very worried that he is just going to get paid, and then this is going to be a down year for him, regardless of how hard he tries. Kyle Tucker has just been great constantly, and I really think that he is the guy that if you were going to pay a giant brick of money like he's asking, Kyle Tucker is the guy you want to put on this team. And he has had a 5-win war for 5 seasons in a row.
Wow.
That's good. I like that. Let's get that guy.
That's impressive.
30 home runs in the first 3 of those years. His last season with Houston, they weren't hitting, right? He was still an all-star. He's been an all-star 4 out of those 5 years. And then last year, he was hurt, got in 136 games, and he still hit 22 bombs with 73 RBIs. So correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that about what our first baseman did?
Yeah.
That we just
not
gave
bad.
a giant pile of money,
Not bad
not
when you're
excluding the
comparing,
playoff
yeah.
performance, but he's also batted around 280, 260 the whole time.
Yep.
I can't say I'm going to get that same production out of Cody Bellinger, but I will say that they are both also very good defensemen.
Yes.
I do think
Yep.
you're going to get Bellinger cheaper. So there's a little bit of a back and forth there. Go for it, Liz.
Yeah, a question to the panel. When do these people sign deals?
I mean, you can really do it at any time. When is free agency is on now, isn't it? Or is it?
Technically, free agents is go. There's technically no deadline.
So, I mean, they could sign a deal tomorrow.
Or
They could
but is
sign
there
it
like
3 days into the season. There's
okay.
not really a deadline on it. It's just, it seems really stupid. And we've seen this actually blow up for a couple of Scott Boris's clients over the last few years. They get too far into spring training, and then that guy can't hit and does nothing the entire season. The most recent model is Michael Conforto. What was the last time we talked about him that wasn't in a Mets uniform?
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
And also, I mean, if we go back over the last couple of years about the guys that we talked about in this exact conversation, exactly like we're having it, most of those guys have turned out to be pretty big duds. I mean, if the Jays had taken a chance on them, I mean, and I know that we smash up the Jays, you know, the Jays head office and you know, we're pretty rough on them as well. But I mean, when you look at it on whole, they've actually done an excellent job of making a really good team.
Yep.
You know, and you know, now with
contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, and now with signing some of the guys they're signing and maybe not jumping into the water, you know, like I feel like they really got burned on the Ohtani thing. And I feel like they're almost like, okay, we may not be able to get the golden goose, but we're going to really try and get some cool chicks to you know, hang out and do cool stuff. So, I mean, they're a good team right now. Like I don't know that Kyle Tucker does much. I mean, he will help, but
I know where that one is where this helps. And this is the biggest thing I think that will help this Major League Baseball team. And I think we saw it a little bit in the postseason. When Vladdy finally went off and he was untouchable, what did they start doing?
Walking him.
With Kyle Tucker behind him, you got another 30, 40 home run guy.
Yep, that's true.
Which is what you were hoping to get from Santander. But
he didn't.
There was that.
But he still could, though, maybe.
He still could, maybe. So I got the stat actually officially in front of me. Now I was just saying the up and down crazy of Cody Bellinger. He has been a 5-WAR player, but not every year. So that same time frame from 2021 to 2025 this past season, Cody Bellinger had a negative 1.6 WAR in 2021, then a 1.3, then a 4.8, then back down to a 2.2, and then last year a 5.1.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
that's
same
Cody.
time frame, 5, 4.7, and 4.6.
Yep.
Okay, I got another question for you guys. Would you guys rather be named Cody or Kyle?
Oof, I think Kyle. They're both pretty bad though.
Yeah.
They're
Unless it's
both.
not Cody,
They both remind me of guys that are on a lacrosse team that nobody likes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Kyle.
Is
Is it a South Park thing? Like, screw you, Kyle?
No, it's just
that
like
problem.
That's
No,
Kenny. Oh,
that's
Kenny
Kenny.
and Kyle, right? Yeah.
No, I like Kyle.
All right, we're
that would be
Kyle's.
me.
Okay, we're Monster
Kyles.
Energy drinking Kyle's. Let's go.
Yeah, and then so like you were saying though, I mean, but who do you guys think, you know, if you step away from the Tucker or you know the Bellinger Tucker, who do you guys think is the most interesting sort of in that top 10, top 15 then? Like is it the Japanese players that we don't really know too much about? Like I mean, some of them have unbelievable stats and
Yeah.
you know, if we've learned anything from this last year, that the Japanese pitchers are pretty good at what they do, and they all have ice in their veins. So, you know, like
I actually talked about that. We gotta find it.
Like Ima, is that his name? IMA. He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be pretty deadly.
He's intriguing. He's out of all of the three major guys he's the one big pitcher, obviously. The other guys are 2 hitters, but he has some stuff that he seems like he's going to be a Gossman type.
Yeah.
He could be an ace, but at a minimum, he's going to be like your solid 2, 3, 4 guy in that rotation. Yeah. He's got some nasty stuff. They were talking about how good his slider is, which is an odd thing for a Japanese pitcher. Usually it's the splitter, like we just got destroyed by. So that was what I was finding the other day when I was like, who's this kid? I got to know about him.
And there's a few, there's a few really interesting pitchers. Edwin Diaz is a very interesting pitcher to have out there. Like I like Michael. I've always liked Michael King. Like he's in San Diego. He's a good pitcher. He is able to sort of move around. His only problem is he's high possible injuries. And then Zach Gallen, I don't mind either.
He is actually now a free agent too, because he did not take the qualifying offer. So he is actually officially a free agent now.
Yeah. So I feel like pitching is one of those things that we need almost more than the rest of it. Yes. I feel like bats can come during the year. Like if you really need to get a bat, you can find a bat. We've got some good bats. You want to. I'm a big believer now in sort of pushing Barger forward and actually probably make him your starting third baseman and continue to let him grow into an excellent baseball player. And then.
But that's the beauty of the versatility that we have. You could have him and, the unfortunate scenario where we do not resign Bo Bichette. That just honors him as across the diamond to short. You're going to have Ernie probably playing second base, and then Addison has a full-time gig at third base, and then that's where you have that wonderful spot to put the Cody Bellinger, whatever it might be, and you just keep playing roulette with everybody else. That was Santander, Lucas, Straw, everybody in left field, and it works. So it moves things around nicely, and then getting somebody like Kyle Tucker back into that equation, you're not losing a crazy bat like you have with Bo Bichette.
No.
I'm a brick, and I just say get him back. Yeah. I'm hoping reality is that we somehow get both those guys.
I agree.
Jason, get the pitching piece here and go from that. But the pitching market is actually quite interesting. The gentleman that you just mentioned, Zach Gallen, who was a Cy Young threat just 2 years ago for the Arizona Diamondbacks when they went to the World Series. He's the 10th person on the list for the estimated highest value. So in front of him, number one guy that I have zero interest in. It's Framber Valdez, Mr. I throw at my own catcher.
Right.
Zero.
No thanks.
Not even thinking. Don't want that crap anywhere near our clubhouse. Just to move on. Go for
and
it.
I think that Edwin Diaz carries that same sort of interest. Like, he's Aroldis Chapman, and if you can catch lightning in a bottle for maybe 2 more years of this guy's career, so you just let him throw his shoulder completely out of the socket and rip 103. He's already got a cool entrance song. We don't have to deal with that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's pretty slick. It's I feel like he's certainly less of a chance being taken. You know what he is. He's not coming in here to do anything else but close. And I don't feel, especially right after the season when, they were like, Hoffman needs to sort of think about maybe expanding into some other innings, or that's not a good sign for your closer.
No. And there's something to that too, because we already know, and Liz being the proprietor of all things, not Jeff Hoffman. So it is what it is. But we rode that roller coaster last year, and we unfortunately died by that roller coaster at the end of this season. He needs help regardless. I think that even if you either have a full closer or you have a great pairing at the back of that bullpen. We didn't have that pairing as we lost Jimmy Garcia throughout the whole season. And hopefully there's the one person that nobody is talking about.
Yeah.
If he's somehow not healthy, that's an interesting piece right there that we get to put back in this bullpen, that he is just good. He clicks.
For sure.
And he loves this team. So the Diaz thing, though, is very interesting, but there's a lot of decent closers, too.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kenley Jansen, who's technically available again. Ryan Helsley, who's been a closer for the Cardinals for a million years.
Yep.
Robert Suarez,
Again, I don't mind him.
Very intriguing.
Yep, I don't
but
mind
he's
him.
older. He's 35 by the time Major League Baseball starts this year.
Well, him and Springer can get discounts for their coffee. So
Yes, they can.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe Scherzer too. Who knows?
Yeah. So, and that was actually a rumor. Did you? Apparently, the Blue Jays might have talked to Danny Jansen. Was a rumor I heard as a backup catcher.
Oh, why? If that's the case, I mean, how much could Real Muto actually cost? Like, do you think he's looking for a big payday, or do you think he's
just going to stay at Philly?
Well, he's a free agent, though.
I know, but he'll stay in Philly.
I think so? Okay. I know there's lots of talk of him moving, but yeah, I mean, I love Danny Jansen. I think Danny Jansen's great.
Nice fill-in spot, right?
Yeah,
he's made of glass. He is made of glass. I love Danny.
Catcher.
He struggled a lot. Like, my hope is that they can.
He's going to get a minor league
catcher.
deal. I think. I don't think he's going to get a major one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who the Jays have in their system as catchers.
Way down past Heineman. That's all I'm going to say.
Like, Sorry, why don't we want to keep Heineman?
I'm saying we have Heineman. I'm saying a backup to the backup.
Oh, we're doing backup.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I should have predecessed that a little bit better.
That's okay.
But it was just a rumor I heard, and I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. That's kind of fun. So, but yeah, I even like the idea of just stealing from the Rays playbook here and just taking Pete Fairbanks. He's been always very good in the bullpen, but to Liz's point, he's also another gentleman that's made of glass.
Yeah, and I mean, it's it's that's a thing that you don't want. I mean, we're suffering through that with Santander. Like, I don't think Santander has been hurt a lot up to this point, but I don't know if he's coming back at any kind of full capacity. And I think one of the other pitchers we're forgetting is Ricky Tiedemann. Like,
I forgot
what's going to happen?
him.
What's going to happen with Ricky? You
got a wild card with him.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like has he pitched in the majors? Have they brought him up? Yeah, I'm scared. I don't believe in prospects till or something. I mean, this is my new take, and I just
hot take.
my hot non-original take, but like maybe we do have a wild card there, maybe, but like that's still like we don't know. That's you don't know.
Yeah. It's So that was the one Blue Jays cleanup item because the last week they had to have their 40-man roster cleaned up and ready to go. So that was anybody that was left on the 60-day IL or anything had to be activated or put onto the some kind of a trade piece, right? That was why you saw a bunch of decent players actually hit the free agent market over the last couple of days because they were designated for assignment, and then if they don't take the assignment, they become a major league free agent. So Blue Jays had like 5 young gentlemen that were going to be exposed to the Rule 5 draft. And anybody watching the show that is not aware of what this is, I'm just a giant nerd and I know this stuff. The Rule 5 draft is actually meant to keep good teams from hoarding too much talent. The idea is that this is how we got George Bell a million years ago to be Blue Jays fans. I forget what team he was with at the time, but whoever was playing in front of him at the major league level was just completely keeping him in the minors. He had no way of advancing to play every day. After doing that for so many years in the minor leagues, I think it's 3 years, and you don't get activated or it's based on an age or whatever it might be. That part I don't remember. But you become eligible for what they call the Rule 5 draft, which is the same time as the Major League Baseball draft and everything. And you get to literally be claimed from another team. And the only way to protect that person is to put them on the 40-man roster. And that is exactly what happened with Ricky Tiedemann the other day. He got activated onto the 40-man roster because the Blue Jays did not want to risk losing him because he's a talented and great lefty in the minor leagues so far. Unfortunate thing is he just had the Tommy John surgery. So he is returning from Tommy John surgery, which I would think he's talented enough. And from what I've seen him doing, he's a bulldog out there. I think he's going to come back and he's going to be very vicious. I think it might be a bullpen thing this year. And him being a lefty, that might help.
I hope so. I mean, I just hope he can get throwing. I mean, it's, there's too many guys that we've had in the system that we've had a lot of confidence in, or there's been a lot of, excitement about, and we don't ever really get to see the fruition of them. But hope against hope, I guess.
Exactly. So on that note, is there anybody that you guys want to specifically talk and target on as we're in the middle of this conversation? Liz has got something. Or she's
No,
thinking.
I don't. But I was just wondering, like, Bowden Francis, any, like, what is he coming? What's? No, we don't know.
He's still on the 40-man roster.
I guess
He was there at the end. I mean, he was in the dugout and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that there is something to him potentially coming back this year. I really do, because there's an opportunity there for everybody, right? It's not just him. He's can show him what he's got. He can get to come back and hopefully, start throwing some no-hitters again. That'd be lovely.
Great.
But I feel like he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, right? He played through an injury, I think, and we all saw that. Is he the one that comes into the spring and going, no, that 5th spot is mine, and really takes it if we don't sign somebody? It's an intriguing storyline that I kind of like.
Is. Yeah, and I think as things get going a little bit more here, we'll start to see some of that, weed its way out. I mean, you've still got, I was just looking at some of the depth chart for the Jays, and they've got a couple of kids, some college kids that have some pretty good potential. They've got, so you really, you don't know what's going to happen, which is pretty awesome in some cases, because.
Oops. I think we lost Jason.
Killed Jason. Killed him.
I don't know what happened. So anyway, mid-conversation. So I wanted to steer this to Bo Bichette, Liz.
Let's go.
As far as it goes, everybody's kind of quasi freaking out because he did decline his qualifying offer.
Well, that's clickbait. Like let's
$22 million
for that's clickbait. We know that's clickbait.
It's all
that don't mean nothing.
With $22 million, but Jason's back. Yay. So I moved the conversations. I didn't know what happened. So we're going to talk Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette did turn down the $22 million qualifying offer the other day, which right now his current projection for his average year contract is $23 million. So Blue Jays qualifying offer is right there with that projected yearly piece. And I know the reason people are freaking out is because, oh my God, he didn't take it. Well, no shit. He doesn't want just 1 year.
And we don't want that either. We don't want that either.
Exactly. He's a young, good ball player. He proved, obviously, he can bounce back very, very well from a injury. And I'm very excited to just, like I said, lock him up as long as humanly possible and make him a lifer for Blue Jays fandom as well. But Liz, go ahead.
Yeah, I just think, man, we didn't have him all year, like for a lot of the postseason last year. Would have been cool if we did, but like it would be nice to have a healthy Bo. But I think, what we know about Bo is he's a weird dude. Like he doesn't talk a lot. He's like a real weird dude. The Blue Jays were doing their like goofy kind of interviews pieces where they were like, what do you tell people you do? Right? Like what do you tell an Uber driver you do? And George is like, I don't really talk. Or some people are like, oh, I tell him I'm a student. And Bo's like, I don't ever talk. And we heard that. We heard Jay Jackson tell us that when they go out for dinner, Bo literally says nothing. So, but when Bo does talk, I think we have to listen. And Bo has always said, I want to play with Vladdy. And I think that, I don't know, man. I think we got him.
The dream is real. It's a matter if they let him do it or not.
They gave him a taste of success. And I think he's gonna hang out.
Yeah, I think they gotta talk to Brother Bieber and just be like, "Why did you want to stay?" Well, here's why.
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling he's going to stay as well. I feel like you said, Liz, I don't think there was some rumors about New York and some other things. I don't think he wants that smoke. Like I don't think that that's part of his persona. I don't think that he wants to go to a city where he's probably scrutinized enough in Toronto to to make him question a lot of stuff. But he's one of those guys who wants to quietly go about his business. I feel like he gets a lot of respect in Toronto, and I think he likes that. I think he likes the way he's treated. I think he likes the way that he can still move about town as Bo Bichette, and he may get bugged a little bit, but I don't think he probably gets it like he would in some of the other cities that he might be playing in.
You play in New York, you're not let alone for 5 minutes, especially think of the caliber of that scenario just for 1 second, outside of the ungodly amount of money it's going to take to bring him anywhere.
Yeah.
He's still going to be seen in that situation is the guy that's going to have to be Derek Jeter if he goes to New York.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Always will be compared.
Not even going to be close.
You know, like
he will. Yeah. It's real. And to that point, you guys have seen it before. People go to the Yankees after having great years. And what happens? It's about
usually
a 50-50
not
if they're good or not.
Yeah.
They play for they shaved their facial hair. But like, what is now we're in the discussion of Bo playing. Is he going to play second? Like, why are we in that discussion now? Is it because he's injured, or is it because he wasn't the best shortstop?
He's never been the best shortstop. No.
Yeah.
He has a weak arm for a kid playing short. His stronger range side is to that side and is to his, turning as a second baseman. So that throw is a lot shorter for him, and it's a lot easier for him to transition to that. Balls hit into the hole to the third base side for him are trouble. He can't make that throw. He's not strong enough. And so
to that point, there's a lot of Major League Baseball shortstops that aren't strong enough.
Right. I mean, it's gone are the days of the guys that anything that's hit anywhere near them, they're not only getting to, but they're ripping you out.
Yeah,
I mean, we're seeing it now with Ellie De La Cruz being moved to the outfield. It looks like for next year.
That one shocked me.
Well,
the O'Neill Cruz one wasn't as bad for me last year, but Ellie is just, I guess maybe
he's just not
thing.
fast
enough.
I mean, he runs fast, but he just doesn't move fast. So
there's a difference between speed and reaction, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I think that second's probably the right spot for Bo. I think the nice thing is it does give them a transition. He can play short and he can play second if you want to. If you're depending on how things are going. You've even got situations I think where if you wanted to get a different bat in, it allows Bo to move, like if you had to put him at short for a game, you could definitely do it if you wanted to get a different bat in the lineup. But yeah, I mean, it's, Bo's a very important guy and they need to get him signed, and his bat is so strong that it changes the conversation for the shortstops. He might be the best hitting shortstop in the league. I mean,
if you don't have Bobby Witt Jr., I think you are making the argument.
Yeah,
that,
I agree.
And I think you're still like splitting hairs at that point. This was one of the things that dawned on me in the midst of the second base, third shortstop thing with Bo Bichette. Do you think it's based on health? The last 2 seasons, shortstop's a demanding position. Second base, I played second base. It can't be that hard.
Tell them how hard it is, Wash.
Exactly.
Very hard.
So
I'm
wondering if that's part of the cards.
You guys know the part I'm talking about in Moneyball, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we're going to teach you to play first base. And he's like, it's not that hard. Tell him, Wash. It's like, it's extremely hard.
It's very hard.
Classic. Liz, I know you know what I'm talking about with watching Bo go down and what happens to this lineup when he does. If it's that much more important to keep him in the lineup because he's playing a less strenuous position.
Yeah, but will he? Well, here's what we know. Remember, Bo was like, I don't want to play. They had Marcus Semien, and he still played shortstop. So we know that Bo doesn't want to do that. But what we did see this year is a little bit more teamy Bo. He was like willing to play for his team, etc. But like, I don't know, man. Will Bo agree to play second?
My guess is if they bring him back on a contract, it's going to guarantee this coming season he's playing shortstop. But that doesn't mean that he'll play shortstop his whole entire part of his Blue Jay career if he continues to do that. Because the other thing that's going to happen too is we have these 2 wonderful young shortstops that, just going to say it, are pretty damn good at shortstop.
Yeah.
In Namala, and the videotape I've seen on JoJo Parker so far is very impressive.
Yeah, he's a beauty too, that kid.
Yeah.
And we already know that Namala has already played a plus shortstop. It's his bat has been very spurtsy. So if you're talking about being able to play the right places around, I would rather have the kid come up and play the position he's comfortable with. And I would hope somebody that's in a senior role like Bo Bichette in this whole piece of that equation is maybe willing to take that step back and go, you know what? We're a better team with you playing shortstop. I'm going to go here.
How many
Very
years away
similar to Alex
is Arjun?
Rodriguez with shortstop. What's that?
How many years away is Arjun?
I would say probably
2.
2027 at the.
Oh, that's soon. That's soon.
Yeah, I'd say 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm very interested to see where JoJo Parker lands to begin this season too. Because Arjun did, when we were talking with, Tyler Zickel for the Canadians. I'm sorry. Now I'm really just butchering everything.
There you go, bud.
So he was talking about Arjun Amal and how hot he was when we had him on the show at that time. It went back down right there after that, and then it went back up, and then it went back down, but his defense was solid. So he's going to probably play in New Hampshire this year.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Parker's going to play in Dunedin, and then I think he's going to be very quickly in Vancouver, hanging out with you, Jason.
Yeah.
So, but there's all those wonderful pieces that play into even these long contracts. You want to bring a guy in. Okay, well, what do you have in the cupboard? Have you spent a ton of money in prospect capital on somebody that you might think is the next best thing? Keyword think. Because we already know how that can be. So just what it is. So
yeah, I think what we've got coming, I think this year especially, I think we're going to see people paying a lot more attention to what the Jays do have come training camp time. I think the guys that we have seen come out of the farm system and become successful, I think now that's something that Jays fans, media, all that have sort of come to expect. And I do feel like there's some very good prospects, in the pipe. And it'll be an interesting.
Including top prospect Trey is Savage.
Yeah.
Yes, he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
He still qualifies as a rookie.
Baby Trey.
I know.
He's still our number one prospect.
But it's, it is what it is. I mean, I feel like I'm excited about this year. I'm excited about training camp this year. There's some young guys I really want to see how they battle. I'd like to see how a guy like David Schneider fits in, if he does anymore. Does he become a good trade piece for a team who needs a utility guy? I mean, are we there now with him? Because he's kind of, if you're looking at Kyle Tucker, then that takes one more person out of the outfield. And that's, that's really where Davis has been playing. I don't know if his bat is strong enough to keep him in the lineup.
Well, and you already got Miles Straw that's apparently going to be babysitting for Kyle Tucker. So I don't know if you all saw that clip online or the comment that he put on Kyle Tucker's Instagram.
That was awesome.
It was classic. So, but intrigue. That's all this is.
Yep.
Very much intrigue. So
intrigue.
I have 300 of you concurrently in the chat right now. Please hit us up with your comments in whatever window you happen to be in, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, apparently not Facebook because it crashed for some reason. Go Meta. But anyways, it is what it is. So hit us up with those comments because we'd love to hear from you. That's the whole point of the barroom chat that is the Jaybird Watching podcast. And so we let the cat out of the bag who's going to be on the show with us for at least the half of it.
Greg, we all know I have no idea either.
Okay.
No, that's right.
So, yeah. And she's just having trouble keeping up on the laundry list of stuff that keeps piling up in our group.
Sure.
So there's that. So episode 498 tonight. You have one more week. And then December 4th is going to be our celebration of all things Jaybird Watching a little bit. We're going to have some fun with a special guest. So far, it sounds like we have half of that. He's going to phone a friend. And that is the Lunchbox hero, Travis Snyder, will be joining us to goof around on the 500 episode. He's been on the show before. He loves goofing around with our shenanigans here. He's very fitting to those shenanigans, by the way. And the key word is he's phoning a friend.
Yeah.
I do not know about the friend yet.
Well,
I have a rumor.
Surprise.
Tantalized. Yes. Excellent. So there's your tease party, people. As now it's shot over 300 people in our chat. So I hope you heard the tease for 500th episode. So good deal. So on that note, I want to have a little fun here. And this might kick off some other interesting free agent conversations and stuff. So with what you guys know that we have going on with this roster, what we could use to fill in, I want you to think of somebody in Blue Jays history that would be fun to plug into a current team need that you would love to have been like, just play fun with history here with me for a minute and just go, oh, wow, it'd be really cool if we put this person in the starting rotation and you could just literally screw around with the multiverse, right?
Yeah,
So
I like this.
go. You like it? You like it? You ready to run with it?
I'm putting somebody real toxic. Let's go.
Go for it. Oh God, she's gonna say like Colby Rasmus or something.
I was gonna say Colby Rasmus.
Did I read your? Did I read your mind?
You did.
Oh my God, I know
Colby
we hang out way too
Throw
much.
in Colby. Yeah.
The whole chin beard and everything.
Weird dude.
Yeah. Colby Rasmus.
He gave one of my favorite interviews of all time, which I'll post on our page, and it's gonna do numbers because it's insane. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That sounds like a wonderful fun with social media there in a nutshell. So we'll go back and forth a little bit because now I just spoiled Liz's and I feel horrible for doing it. So anyways, Jason, do you have one that you would love to plug into this lineup?
I mean, I think there's a tie between two, just that sort of come to my mind immediately. Carlos Delgado is one. I personally am
we need a first baseman.
You said fantasy.
You said fantasy. We can smash it.
The plug and need though, but I guess we need a left-handed bat.
Oh,
so
I thought we were just like spitting
if we're just talking George Bell then.
Yeah, put George Bell in there.
Put George Bell back in.
And we all know like Doc's going to be in there, so why not? Let's go.
Yeah. There you go. There's your rotation, right? Imagine if you had that kind of a caliber of a player with Gossman, Savage, and company in this rotation. It would be nuts. So, but those are the kind of fun things that the offseason brings in. It's those wonderful shenanigans that we all get to keep talking about. Hence the reason I thought it'd be a little fun. You got another one, Liz? No?
No, I mean, I don't know. Like,
need a third baseman. Kelly Gruber would fit.
Well, Gruber, I always pick Gruber. Gruber's my guy. But no, Carlos Delgado, he's the best. Like, we don't talk enough about Carlos Delgado. Okay.
We can talk about Carlos Delgado. There's some Carlos Delgado news technically going on.
There is. Yeah, what's going on with that?
I'll bring it up. But if anybody is not aware, this year's regular everyday Hall of Fame ballot, kind of meh. The one name that everybody would obviously love out of the regular everyday baseball Hall of Fame and Blue Jay fandom is Edwin Encarnacion. Has got his first year on the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame ballot. So, but there is this other ballot that is called the Veterans Committee, and this Veterans Committee ballot is in kind of impressive this year. Is all I'm going to say. I'm trying to find it right now, but as far as the Veterans Committee is doing, they call it the Contemporary Baseball Era Ballot. And this is a name of names going on here. So just let me lay it out. In addition to Carlos Delgado being on this ballot, you have Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Jeff Kent, Don Mattingly, Dale Murphy, Gary Sheffield, and Fernando Valenzuela. So that is literally a name list of names of all NEPTA to our buddy, not Gaetti, right there.
Oh yeah.
So
wait. So why are these special names? Are they like, did they not get put in the Hall of Fame when it was time? Like okay? So these are do-overs. Where's Dave?
These are do-overs, and the crime that is the crime of all crimes. And all those is obviously Bonds and Clemens have their problem with the yes. But as you go down that list, you get to the next best career player on that list is Carlos Delgado.
Who never had a
career
problem.
WAR, 493 career home runs, just the epitome of all things pitching hates. Right in the 2000s, and Delgado was criminally left off of the Hall of Fame ballot. In his first year of eligibility, he did not even make the 5% of votes to remain on the ballot the following season, and it's just insulting. Fred McGriff has eerily similar numbers, and Fred McGriff stayed on all 10 years, and I love the crime dog. He deserves to be in. And that is not where this conversation is going. But the fact that they are Delgado on paper is just as good, if not arguably better, than Fred McGriff. And that's saying a lot, especially in Blue Jays fandom and in the Atlanta Braves fandom. Delgado deserves to be in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, and it's criminally left out more or less because of the three teams he played for: Blue Jays, Marlins, and the Mets.
Yep.
Not good.
Not sexy. They're not sexy teams.
But to that point, he was beyond sexy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I I still wear his player shirt. I wore it last night to bed because I remember I got to pick, like when I moved to Toronto, I got to pick because like the JAYS shop had the Carter, you get Carter, Alomar, or Delgado. It had the old logo on it. Because Delgado, he was there for us when nobody else was. You know what I mean? Like hitting dingers, silently hitting dingers in a like a resultsless, kind of team at the time.
And literally taking dings off of the Hard Rock Cafe and right.
Yeah, and I mean he was there. He was there for us when we had some dark times. So Carlos is my guy.
Yeah,
and there were still some really good teams in that era too. As much as I want to forget.
Yeah. There were, but he was just dinging. God. Like I was a 10 or what? I was attendance back then. Like how many people was he dinging to? Not very many.
Probably 15, 20K.
Yeah.
not a full dome, not quite thunderous.
No.
So we'll have to make sure we ask Travis some more Delgado stories because he was in the dugout for a lot of those 4 home run games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and had nothing but good things to say about playing with him, obviously over the years. But to that point, it's just insane to me that he, like I said, he has a resume that is just, if you look at it today and don't put a name on what that stat line is, I bet you everybody goes Hall of Famer.
First ballot, yeah.
And he batted 300 almost for his
That's
career.
unreal.
That's wild. That doesn't even happen anymore.
I think that unfortunately the Hall of Fame holds, and we all understand what it means to go into everybody wants to go into the Hall of Fame. I feel like in all sports, I've seen this in hockey, I've seen it in baseball, I've seen it in the NFL. There's people in there that shouldn't be in there, lots of them. And then there's people who are out that obviously with some of the stuff in baseball, it's pretty easy. They use steroids, they're not going in. You gambled, you're not going in. So
there's a few that are in this Hall of Fame that have
steroids, yeah, but they didn't really get caught. I mean, not as openly as the other guys did. Anyways,
so just because we are the all things of that hold the not enough people talk about stats on, just listen to this one because obviously not Gaetti did Delgado. And I'm just going to put this up on the wonderful screen here when I hit the right button because finish your thought, Jason. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, all good. I mean, it's just, it's one of those weird things where you see guys and you're like, how is that possible that they aren't in? But Carlos Delgado is definitely one of those guys for me.
Yeah. And with that career stat line, it's insane. He batted 280 in his career. He averaged 38 home runs and 120 RBIs for 17 years.
Crazy.
It's just boom.
The one below it is crazy. The OPS higher than Griffey and Pujols. Like, I mean,
you literally had a better on-base percentage than a guy that's nicknamed the Machine.
Yeah.
So it's insane.
Crazy.
And
crazy.
And there's the official Hall of Fame ballot number right there too. 3.8% in his 1 year on the ballot. Boo! All kinds of boo.
Are you saying Boo earns?
Boo earns?
Actually, I was.
Too fun.
That's a good one.
But the rest of that ballot, like I said, is very impressive too. Gary Sheffield, also another guy that had an insanely good career.
Love Gary Sheffield.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Barry Bonds-isms and the Roger Clemens parts?
No.
Because flat out no.
No.
Okay.
That's fine. No. Barry Bonds to me did so much for the game. I mean, steroids aside, you still have to be you still have to be a good baseball player to hit home runs, and he was possibly the most feared guy to ever hit. Like, I mean, we're talking about a guy who got walked with the bases loaded in a playoff
series.
Like, this is what we're talking about here. They would rather have given up
a free run,
than to go against him. I mean, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that at some point, talent has to, it's like Pete Rose. Does Pete Rose deserve to be in the Hall? 100 million% he does. Like, it should be no argument ever that says, nope, nothing. There isn't. It's just shut up and put him in. Give him his ring, make him take off that goofy hat and put on another hat, and just put him in the Hall. And I feel like Barry's getting to be the same way.
I think it's turning. But I think
I do too. I feel like
it's
at
turning,
some point,
Like, I have had the same conversation of literally my 16-year-old nephew, which means the children are mad about this too. But like, I don't know, man. The thing is, like, I'm like, nah, if you do steroids or you can prove the years, take the years out and average the ones. You know what I mean? Well, you didn't. That could be a way to do it.
So the big thing that I say about Barry Bonds in particular, if you look at the collective part of his career, you got a kind of an idea when he probably started doing the steroids.
Oh yeah.
But you look at just his Pittsburgh Pirate career, and he's still a Hall of Famer.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you omit the steroid years, he's still a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I don't know if I can say the same about Clemens. He was a god when he was with the Red Sox. And the unfortunate rumor is that he started doing all the stuff while he was in Toronto when he was winning, the Triple Crown for pitching 2 years in a row with Jose Canseco on that team too. If that doesn't give you any kind of ideas.
You mean, are you saying he was the dealer?
What?
No. Say what?
Shenanigans. So on that note, Clemens is one that I could leave or go with. I don't know if I care, but to me, that Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame is just slightly in that same level of what the hell are we doing here? So if I was looking at that group of fine gentlemen that I was saying there when we were just starting this segment about the era committee ballot here, to me, my vote's Bonds and Clemens.
I'm with you.
Yep. As much as I would love to see a little Fernando Mania in the Hall of Fame, I don't know if he has the career longevity to have achieved that mark. But compared to some of the guys that made it in recently, can't argue against it.
No.
And how many pitchers have won the Rookie of the Year award and the MVP in the same season? Can you name any? Because it's a very short list.
Yeah. It's strange. I don't like when we get into the Hall of Fame conversations. I think that it's become it's like the All-Star game. Like it seems to have lost its luster. They almost need to
do too clickbaity for you.
Well, yeah, a little bit. But I mean, even talking about like the MVPs this year, and the managers of the year and stuff like that, they almost need to split them up into different distinctions so that a guy like Kyle Raleigh, who deserved an MVP this year, can still get an MVP this year. Now, I don't mean to give a trophy to everybody for everything, but when the guys get it wrong, there needs to be like a Hank Aaron award or a Rod Carew award or a Ricky Henderson. I don't care who you want to put it to, but there should be, the hockey did it well. When they have their MVP, they have this, but then they also have, best defenseman, best goalie, best teammate. They have one that's voted on by the players. Like it's a better set of awards.
Didn't they used to do that they used to do the player choice award for the baseball stuff? I don't remember them doing that in recent years. I remember that being a very 90s thing when you had the Nickelodeon awards and the award show because people watch TV. So but yeah, it's very interesting. It's not a bad deal. And that's honestly the reason they started doing the Hank Aaron award a couple of years many years ago.
Now we have the most entertaining player award.
Yeah, which is awesome, by the way.
I mean, this is the thing. I mean, even in my last 10 years watching baseball.
Do you think he got bonus money in that wonderful new contract for that?
So.
There's probably a bonus for every award you can get.
Yeah, like when I started watching baseball, if you threw your gloves a certain way, you got kicked out. If you put your helmet down a certain way, you were kicked out. If you the whole thing with the bat flip was really that was super ostentatious at the time. Like, man, baseball used to be super dull, and it's nice to see they're at least letting them loose a little bit. I mean, am I wrong in that
maybe they're finally deciding that they should market their players?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think, and I feel like the MLB is doing a very, very, very good job of that right now. Like, I think they've maximized on a few guys, Vladdy, Freddie Freeman. I saw a thing the other day on the MLB Network about Ronald Acuna, and I have no idea about Ronald Acuna. What a cool dude! Like,
super cool.
Just say MLB Twitter has been having a complete crush on Ernie Clement with that.
Oh my God! And the golf.
Did you see that?
Have you guys seen the golf stuff?
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to talk about that then to show we have some fun.
I have non-baseball friends who are female making me on their own accord, they didn't watch baseball ever in their life, making me compilation videos of Ernie Clement to Taylor Swift songs.
I don't know about the audio, but
well, no, they're saying it's dreamy. They make it. It's a dreamy girl audio.
I know.
You know what I mean? And like,
Jason, in Wayne's World terms, that's their Dreamweaver. Right?
It's their Dreamweaver, and it's like oh, let's go, excellent. Like Ernie Clement has transcended space and time to be the crush of MLB fans.
Yeah,
which is
he's sure as hell making his rounds around Rochester. He's gonna be at our card shop here on Monday, I heard.
and I mean, good for him. Fill your boots while you can, right? Like, I mean, it's like Kirk. Like, I'm surprised that the Canucks, the Jays aren't making more out of this whole body shaming that started with Kirk. I would have done a whole thing about those two idiots talking about who he was. Like I don't even know who this guy is. Like, it makes for great television to be able to do that and just. Like showing Barrios and him at the, I don't know whose wedding it was in Colombia this week.
Santiago Espinal.
Oh, was it?
That's nice.
That is nice. Where was our invite? I would have gone to Colombia. Jeez Louise, I'm freezing here.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like baseball on whole right now is, I love that every now and again I've seen that Cam Newton clip come up, where Cam Newton, who's completely out of touch, is like, the WNBA will be more popular than the
every
MLB.
once in a while.
Yeah, he should stop spending money on hats, because I think that the
Baseball's
hats
dying.
he's buying is that something's leaking into his dreads and making him stupid.
Yeah, there it is. So 400 of you all in the chat now, because apparently we're just going to continue to talk shenanigans. You're all going to keep joining. Thank you. So, and Sam has got this all right. We talked that one out very efficiently to begin the show. Sam, thank you very much. We agree with you wholeheartedly. So I want to end the show a little bit with our normal shenanigans, normal fun, our goofy vibe that we've done. I'm sure you both recall that we were doing off-season bloopers at the end of the show, and we were treating it like it was crummy ESPN or whatever it might be, and just have some fun chit-chatting on the wonderful fun that is the internet and, stupid clips. We're going to have our own little ridiculousness here for a minute. So let me get the video up so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Jason gave me one that was very amusing that I got to rewind apparently a little bit here. So sorry, high budget show.
So for those who are listening to us, can somebody give a play-by-play? Apparently it's Jackie Robinson Day because everyone's wearing 42. But we got a homeboy getting smashed in the head from a ball. Someone give more detail than that. Oh, and this guy's running into gnats. So these are the amount of level of bloopers that we have here.
The clip before, the one in between there is this one here is insane. The play goes to one. The first baseman throws the ball behind. It literally hits the dude in the shoulder and bounces into the glove off his shoulder. Still out.
Still completes it.
Yes.
Still out.
I love baseball.
Still out.
I love baseball.
That's got to be the worst feeling when you get into the Dougie. You turn around and you're like, "Where'd the ball go? Did it must have? Oh, damn it!"
Oh. So that was a good one. I got a couple more here, but apparently queuing them up in order is like just too easy. Apparently, that would have worked out. Like I said, high budget show.
Yeah.
In honor of our buddy Donnie Baseball, unfortunately, no longer being
still got the good hands.
It's still got crazy glove work. Oh, look what I found here.
Good for Donnie Baseball.
In the dugout when he was managing with the Miami Marlins. Takes a foul ball. Just, hey, look what I found. Very well played. And then the last one that I happened to find. Do you all recall the wonderful fun a few years ago that was the kind of like the bullpen dance-off battles?
Yeah.
That were happening.
So
I
good.
found the wonderful fun that was the footage of the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Cubs, and this was pretty.
They had
funny.
props. There's a lasso. Right on.
Oh yeah, he was riding a rake.
Yeah.
You just happened to have that laying around in the locker room.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Just glorious idiots.
Look
Look at the owl one. He's like, how did I get such a crappy mask?
Oh, somebody's fishing.
Oh, I love this.
And they were watching each other.
Marlin.
They're watching each other.
Does that guy look like Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, he does. This was
Silly
another good one.
Rob Sudden.
Oh, I love that.
Gotta love the
I
bobsled.
love baseball because it's a sport where you got to stand around and wait a lot. You know, like
And yet still
Or
hilarious.
bowling.
yeah. So you
Gotta go
have
for a
time. You
split.
have time to like goof around. There you go.
People bowling. There you
Yeah.
go. That's on a new level.
Yeah, 7-10 split. That's a tough one too.
Yeah.
He's down.
Tough to get the 7-10 split.
There you go.
Oh, and then the last couple here is just literally. Oh wow,
love
that's a
that one
different one.
so
That's
much.
that's a human.
Oh, I love it so much.
So good.
I give him credit for being able to actually put his jersey and everything on
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that fashion.
Yeah.
That was just very, very
Good
fun.
times.
So good deal. Always a wonderful way to end the off-season show on a laugh. Wonderful joke. Is there anything the two of you would like to hammer out here as we are done with the
I
hour?
got two things I want to mention. One,
Go, Jason.
actually three things. Congratulations to the Argyle High School JV football team. For the first time, they are going to the provincial championships. They
Right on.
won today. I missed it, so I could be here. But congratulations to Jamie, B Money, all those. You know, Jamie's a pretty proud dad. His son is the quarterback. He is a regular listener to the cast. So congrats to Braden and all those kids. Secondarily, this is a challenge for our 400 of you that are in the. That's all I can see on X is the 400 in there. But here's our challenge, guys. We've got people like Kevin Kiermaier. We've got people like, who do you guys want to see on this show? If you want them to come on the show, go on Twitter, go on the socials and get these stars, former Jays, whoever you want.
Kevin Kiermaier.
I went fishing for him yesterday.
Start buzzing these people that this is a good podcast to be on, and smart people want to be on it. So
if you buzz them, they will come.
Yeah. So
There it
let's
is.
work together to
Ring
try
the
and get
bell.
as many people as we can because the off-season stuff is fun because everybody's sitting around doing nothing. So I mean, let's see if we can snafu. If we can take the army, the Jaybird watching army, if you guys out there can start and all you have to do is tag them and say, check out this podcast and, tag us in it. And then we see it. Right. So let's push to try and get Kevin.
We might even have
Kiermaier.
to find a little something for your stocking stuffers here if that helps out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We might be able to get some gifties going out for that kind
We
of
got
stuff.
some fun sponsors and stuff to kick off the wonderful new year here that you're all going to see in the very near future too. So
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Nuh-uh.
Certainly not a clothing line that sounds
No
a lot
way.
like the podcast we do. No, what?
So, but good deal, Jason. You said you had 3 strikes coming
Yeah,
out.
what you got?
That was it, really. I mean, just I got up again. To everybody that's out there and listening. I mean, for 400 of you to take, we're not even in baseball anymore, and
We're out of baseball.
I can only see 400. There's got to be lots more. Yeah, hats off. We're gonna try and have some fun. We're gonna try and get some cool pop-ins for the 500th episode. So thank you for sticking with us. You may even see Kenny or some
You
ghosts
never
from
know.
the past. I'd love to see Kenny.
And to the thing that Jason is forgetting, that probably was strike 3 here. So I'm going to try and hit it. If you have a video you would like to say and just give us some screen time, say congratulations on the 500th episode, hit us with a question. We will air them on the show.
100%.
So just tag us on Instagram at
Raph.
BirdwatchingGC or any of the wonderful places you find us on social media.
Raph,
Tag us.
Cousin
We will
Lions.
make it happen.
Whole gang.
Who else? Cousin Lions, Raph, not guy.
Our wonderful
any
buddy
of you
from
guys.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Eugene.
Yeah, anybody, just send it through.
All right. Did we
Good
do it?
deal.
Yeah, that's
Liz,
it.
got anything else?
No, man.
Or was just
No. Go Jays.
let's go Blue Jays. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week, and we'll have more shenanigans for you and more dumb
Rock and roll.
bloopers. Why not? Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the Jaybird Watching Podcast. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch at BirdwatchingGC and our YouTube channel. If you want to support the show and get extra content, please consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/birdwatchinggc. Go Jays, go.
Woo!